is season 3, and we're going to stop messing around now. So we are going to do all of this career mode in this one episode. Okay, so in this episode you'll find out whether we ever make it to the Prem, whether this squad right here, the current squad, how you'll see how it changes, you'll see how the second team grows and develops along the way, and you'll see how we spend every penny along the way. Okay, no more messing around. Unless we're in the transfer window, everything is going to be calendar simmed. Okay, so it'll literally transfer window results, transfer window results, transfer window results, all the way until I get sick of it or we win the Premier League. So if by the end of this episode we haven't won the Premier League, we have failed. Okay, so it's all down to this. So without further ado, let's get into season 3. Right, here we are, and it's not the end of the transfer window, but it's pretty much the end of the business I think we're going to do. So we've had Anderson, the cam who we've never used, leave the club and go to Millwall for 2 million. We brought in our first signing, the 19-year-old Reina from Dortmund for 42.5 million. We're going to play a cam in a 4-4-1-1 rather than a 4-4-2 this season. So obviously he will come in at the cam spot behind Joelinton, so hopefully that can make a difference. Devine has gone back out on loan but is progressing and is up to 69 overall, slow progression. Shelby has gone out for sale finally, only had a year left on his contract. He has gone to Fenerbahce for 6.5 million. Another outgoing, Freddie Woodman, back from loan, 77 overall, has gone to Athletic Bilbao club for 10 million, 3 million over his value. And last but not least, in comes Jude Bellingham from Dortmund. Will slot in there, either swap in and out with the Longstaff boys and with Cook as well in that central midfield position. So I'm happy with that. We don't get a lot of money. Again, we only had 55 million I think it was, so it's not a lot of money for a team that really needs to push on. So we're now going to sim to January and see how. Right, here we are, 1st of January, and let's check out the standings. Okay, I was hoping for maybe a top half finish to recover from that awful relegation bound season of last season. So let's have a look how we're getting on. Oh my god. Okay, so 1st of January, 21 games played, 13 wins, 6 draws, 2 losses, and we are in 2nd place, which is unbelievable, especially for the team we have. So I'm not actually going to make any transfers for this one. I'm going to kind of let it roll, and you'll see me at the end of January for the calendar sim again, and we'll see player stats and the final stand. Right, it's the moment of truth for season 3. As you can see, the last 2 games didn't go great. We was in 2nd position at the start of January, 3rd position at the end of January. Let's find out where we finished. Okay, we have finished in 4th place behind City, Liverpool and Spurs. Now, considering we just about survived relegation the season before, I cannot be unhappy with that. Okay, so I want to look through the squad screen now and see what we've done. So Henderson's gone up to 85 overalls, really good keeper. Lewis still rising, Bastoni still rising, a few people loaned out and stuff here and there. Shah's going down. Todibo has now overtaken Lascelles, so Todibo and Bastoni will be the centre backs. Williams still going up, trying to catch Dodo. Okay, that's decent. Kennedy going up, Allen going up again, 86 overall. Cook doing all right. Bellingham going up 2 overall in 1 season, not bad, not bad. Levitt going up 1. I'm not expecting these to have played much. Matthew Longstaff up 3 overall to 83, smashing it as the best centre back at the club now. Longstaff up to 81. Reina up 4 overall in the 1st season, 83 overall. That is great. James stayed the same. Okay, Solomon up 2, so up 84, giving him some space on James. That's probably why. James probably hasn't had much game time. João Pedro up 2, getting to 79, putting pressure on. Drew up to 78, also putting the pressure on in there. But Joelinton up to 83, doing really well. Rager at one point, like in January, actually went up to 80 overall, but 32 years of age and 79 overall. Cannot complain about that. Let's have a look at the stats. So who played the most games? Solomon with 47, followed by Henderson, who scored the most goals. Solomon again 17, 16 in the Premier League. Joelinton with 16, and third join was Rayner and Kennedy from the second team. Surprising, that one. Top assists was Solomon again, so most appearances, most goals, most assists. So a great season for the right mid. A really good season as well for the new young Cam, only 20 years old, with 10 goals, 10 assists in his first season in the Premier League. So got to be happy with that. And now we move. Right, here we are, season 4. We are back at, we come 4th last season, so we're going to try and improve on that. We could also be in the Champions League because of that. We probably have to qualify, but yeah. So we are in. The team is looking good, okay? So probably the next improvement is actually going to be Lascelles moving down to the second team, joining Todibo, and then because we have a large sum of money, as you see here, 143.5 million for doing so well, we will try and invest in a good centre back. We may also go for a new striker. I know Joelinton's been really good for us, but also I got an email saying João Pedro is reaching near the maximum of his ability, even though his potential was higher, but that year he didn't spend with us, I guess, really impacted him, and the fact that he's been on the second team. So Bellingham's still progressing well, so hopefully he comes through. So striker, centre back's the main priority, striker the second, and if we have any money left, maybe another centre mid, and then we might move on Lewis Cook, who seems to get angry all the time, and then Fabian Schär can also have a move too. So we'll be back when we've done our transfers. Right, here we are at the first game of the season, and I think our transfer business is done for season 4. So for the summer transfer window anyway, we was looking at Fofana and Paulinho, who's actually a free agent, but instead we have gone for these. So we're going to go in here. And right, so our latest transfer, we're going to do it in reverse order. Okay, so Haig, one of our youth academy prospects from season 1, wasn't really developing, only got to 69 overall, so we have sold him for 1.65 million when he's valued at 1.4. And Mbemba is out on loan again, another youth academy product. Fabian Schär is on his way to AC Milan for 9.2 million, so getting some money for the 31-year-old who was not really in the plans for this season. Our first incoming out of the 2 big signings for the season is Eder Militao from Man United, Real Madrid, 25 years old, £60 million paid, 84 potential already, still with growth in him, so hopefully he expands and gets even better. Joining him as the second biggest signing of the transfer window for us is Schlager. Okay, not sure if I'm saying that right. Joining us from Wolfsburg though, another 25-year-old, 45 million. He's currently 83 overall. He's not meant to get much better, but he still slots into our first team. So let's show you the first team that we are playing with. So here it is. We are looking at Henderson in goal, Dodo, Militao, Bastoni and Lewis making up the defence. Across the 4 in midfield, you've got Solomon, Matty Longstaff, Schläger and St Maxim. Rayner sitting in behind Joelinton. The second team looking like this, so you've got Henderson obviously playing in goal for both teams because he's just so good. Williams, Lascelles, Todibo and Henry at the back. James, Bellingham, Longstaff, that's Sean Longstaff and Kennedy through the midfield, and Drew and João Pedro up top. So it's looking promising. Before we get going into the season sim, one last thing, we have just sold Lewis Cook to Ajax for 20.5. Right, so as you can see, you are rejoining me on the 1st of January. You're looking at the squad page, so you can see Lewis has gone up, Dodo's gone up, Militao's gone up, Longstaff's gone up, Rayner's gone up, Solomon's gone up, and the team is looking great. Henderson's even gone up. The sub-team, Bellingham and Longstaff both going up, Henry as well, and Drew and Williams. So the team and the squad as a whole is progressing so good. Okay, so we're so happy with that. And where are we in the league? We are second, but drawing on points with Liverpool in first. Okay, so we're going to take a look at how we've done so far. Okay, so we are on 14 wins, 5 draws, 2 losses, and we are second just due to goal difference. Okay, so pretty happy with that so far. Let's change competition, see how we're getting on in the Champions League. So that's the Europa League. The Champions League, so we are through and we have drawn FC Barcelona in the round of 16. Okay, so how did we get on in the group stage? We came second in the group, winning 3 games, drawing 2 and losing 1. Okay, so I can't be unhappy with any of that, but that is why we've got such a tough draw. Okay, so I don't actually feel there's a need for any transfers. The only player that might be going out would be squad players. Okay, so we won't worry about that. I'll go through January and then we'll start the sim again. Right, and here we are, the end of the season. Okay, so as you can see from the league table, we have done pretty well and we've improved on our 4th place from last season and we have come in second. Okay, so we're missing out by quite a big chunk still, 8 points from Liverpool. And let's have a look how we also got on in the Champions League. Okay, so you've got the South American Cup going on, European Championships. The Europa League final is Chelsea versus Everton, which will be a big game. And the Champions League final is Tottenham versus Liverpool. Okay, so all English European finals, which is crazy. Did we make it to the semi-finals? No, we didn't. Okay. Did we make it to the quarterfinals? Yes, we did. So that means we beat Barcelona in the round of 16, which, as you can see here, yes, we did. 3-2 on the aggregate. And in the quarterfinals, we lost 4-3 on aggregate to Inter Milan, who then got knocked out in the semis by Spurs. Okay, so that's not bad. I'll take that. This first Champions League appearance, we need to improve our striking position, I think, score a few more goals. So Bayern Munich won the Super Cup. Mönchengladbach won that. West Ham won the Carabao Cup. 1-0 to Everton. Everton having a good season. And the FA Cup final is Liverpool versus Man City. Okay, so that's the competitions. How about the squads? Let's have a look. So some huge progress, even St Maxim going up still. Rayner up to 88 overall. What a signing he was actually last season. Like that, their stats are unbelievable. Horrendous weak foot, mind you, but other than that, he looks to be unbelievable. In terms of who's played the most, who scored, let's have a look. Most appearances is Dean Henderson with 58, followed by Jamal Lewis and Solomon on 57. So huge game loads for some of these players. Is there anyone big who didn't play anywhere near as many games as I thought? So Maxim only on 37. That's not a lot. Did anyone not play at all who I thought would have? No, not really. Okay, so that's not too bad. When we look at goals, who was the top goal scorer? It was actually Kennedy, who, that really surprises me. So he's actually got 21 goals this season. Obviously, we're doing more competition, so second team playing a lot more, and we're going further in those competitions, so more fixtures. But yeah, 21 goals from Kennedy, 19 from Joelinton, only 12 in the Premier League, but still, that's not horrendous. Solomon with 15 from the wing, Rayner with 15 from the cam. Pretty happy with that. New signing, Schläger, getting 8 and playing a lot of games, so that's good signs. In terms of assists, Solomon getting the most with 15 assists from that right wing, so it seems like we focus a lot of play down that right side. And then Schläger, new signing, coming in, getting 12 assists, so really that must have helped the team there, so I'm happy with that. So when we are talking about moving into next season, hopefully we get a nice big transfer budget. I think we're definitely going to focus on getting a world-class striker in. In terms of the second team, it's coming along nicely. Not a load of improvement now. It's slowing down a bit. Tadibo going up a little bit more, but that's about it. So we're coming to kind of a halt there. So we're looking forward to bringing in some fresh blood for them. Right, so here we are in the next season, 1st of July, and we come second obviously last season, so we're hoping to improve on that. The ways I think we're going to do that, definitely going to try and bring in a top class striker. Okay, so João Pedro is up for sale because we will be keeping Joelinton, so hopefully it'll be the top class striker, Joelinton and Drew as the 3 rotational strikers. Also, I think I'm going to bring in a cam to deputise under Rayner, just so we've got a bit of support, a bit of rotation, keep that creation going. Because I've seen a few players say that, oh, you're playing me out of position. Obviously, I'm not actually picking the teams on a day-to-day basis. So I think players are playing out of position at the cam position. Rico Henry's also put in a transfer request, so he'll probably make his way out, and we'll bring in another left back as well. So how much money have we got to do this? Well, we're sitting with 215 million. So here we are at the first game of the season. Because we come second and Liverpool also won the FA Cup as well as the league, we have Liverpool in the Community Shield, okay? But with regards to transfers, let's show you what we've been up to. Okay, so if we go in my club, we're going to go in order. So the first big signing was 24-year-old Alexander Isaac from Hertha Berlin for 100 million, okay? So he's sitting at 86 overall. He will be the striker, I believe, that finishes this career mode, okay? We've got a sub cam, just like we're talking about with Maya. Okay, brought in for 34 million. His value is 41.5. He happened to be the last year of his contract, so we got him for a snip, which was great. João Pedro sold to Sheffield United for 23 million, so capitalising on his growth and making a profit on him. Mengi has gone out on loan to Everton. He's currently sitting at, I believe, 76 overall, so he's actually looking really good and he is profitable. The left back, we have brought in 26-year-old Renan Lodi. Okay, so he will slot in as our number 1 right back now, with Lewis dropping down to the second team, 60 million, making that improvement in the team. And Rico Henry obviously requested to leave, and we got Lodi in. So he has gone to Southampton for 15.1 million. So quickly, last look at the squad. So this is the first team currently. So the weakest positions now are centre midfield and right back, which we're happy with for now. And when we look at the second team, it's a lot stronger than it was last season, with it Joelinton dropping down, Maya coming in, Lewis dropping down, and everyone else improving slightly as well. So let's get into the games. Right, here we are, 1st of January, 20 games in. As you can see, it's not going amazingly. Spurs taking a resounding lead in the league. We started off really poorly, as you would have seen from the sim, struggling at the beginning. Let's check out how it's going in terms of the other stats, such as the other competitions, sorry. So we're 3rd in the league, but a full-on 14 points behind Spurs. So it looks like we're going to be doing at least another season. So let's look at, that's the Europa League, which we're not in. Champions League, did we make it? Yes, we did. Another really hard draw with Bayern in the round of 16. Coming 2nd again in the group stage, that would be why. 3 wins, 2 draws, 1 loss, exactly the same as last season. So we need to step it up. How much money have we got left? Let's have a look. Okay, we're sitting on 63 million, but one of our objectives as well was to keep salary growth down, which, okay, it is. So we could look at bringing someone in, but who do we need when we're looking at this team? Like, maybe a centre mid, but that's about it. But who has been playing as well? Let's have a quick look. We haven't done this yet. If we have a look for the most appearances, okay, so Reina isn't playing as much as I would like, but then, and again, Kennedy is playing all the time. Okay, Maximum's played quite a bit, but Kennedy's playing so well, even though he's rated worse, and he's 1 year older. So for some reason, he won't play Maxim. So maybe we're going to have to let Maxim go at some point. But I think I'm going to ride this season out and see how we go. So we will see you again if we make a transfer. If not, I'll see you at the end of the season. Right, here we go, end of the season. This is how the team is looking, okay? So we've made some great progress in the overalls. We're looking nice, and the sub-team looks good too. So how did we finish? So we stayed 3rd, okay? We fell down even further, and City actually went all the way and overtook Spurs to win. So yes, we're in Champions League football again, but no, we are not champions. We want to win at least one big trophy with this team before we finish this career mode. So we're going to give it 1 or 2 more seasons, and then we will call it a day, okay? So you can see we come 3rd. We'll look at the other tournaments. We weren't in the Europa League because we went through. The Champions League final is Liverpool versus Atletico Madrid. We didn't make it to the semi-finals. We lost to Liverpool in the quarters, so at least they made it to the final. How did the other competitions go? For example, we actually lost in the... What tournament was that? We actually lost... Oh, that was in the final of the pre-season tournament, so don't worry about that. Carabao Cup, where did we go out? It's not looking good. So it was before the quarterfinals. Okay, we went out really early on in the Carabao Cup. Right, so in other words, we completely wasted the cup. What about the FA Cup? So Liverpool in another final, which is great. We went out in round 5, okay? So, yeah, so that's pretty much the season. Let's sum up what's going on here. We'll look at the squad and look at the stats, who's played what. Most appearances drawn between Militao, Solomon and Schläger. Okay, so that's fair enough. Most goals was Solomon with 21 goals from the right wing. That's decent. Reina with 15 from Cam. That's a much better improvement. And he's 89 overall already. And then Kennedy, again, our sub-left mid, pulling out 13 goals. Top assist was Solomon and Reina as well. So they are our top performers, okay? So what we're going to do next season, depending on the transfer budget, which we should get a pretty good one for coming 3rd, I think we're going to change to 2 up top. We're going to have Reina as a cam. We're going to bring in a top class CDM. So top up front will be Joelinton and Isaac, and we will see what else we can do from there. Okay, so we'll be back with the next season. Next season's transfers are done, and I'm just going to say that things have escalated a little bit. Okay, so we've brought in Tonali to go in that CDM position. 25 years old now, 90.2 million we've just spent. He's 86 overall. Obviously, his potential is better than that. Hopefully, he keeps getting better. We've sold Jude Bellingham for 38.1 million just because he wasn't getting a load better, stuck at 82 overall, and we're not really playing that system anymore, so the sub team doesn't need 4 centre mids. So Mendy's gone on loan to Hoffenheim for 2 years, so when he comes back, he'll be 25. He's already 78 overall, so he'll either slot into the second team when he comes back, or he'll be sold on if we're still here. And this is the big one. We've had a load of money left, so why not 175 million plus Sean Longstaff. Again, we don't need 4 centre mids for Erling Haaland because that's a hell of a lot of money. It's about 200 million worth. He's a 92 overall striker, he's only 25. So the team is now going to look like this. This is the first team. So Haaland and Ivan up front, and Rainer just behind. Allen on the left, Solomon on the right, Tonali at CDM. Lodi, Bastoni, Militao and Dodo at the back, and Henderson in goal. Second team looking like they've shown to set up front, pretty much the same, but our midfield from the first team has dropped down to the second. So yeah, so that's how it's looking. So it's looking really good, to be honest. And both teams very strong. Hopefully we can have a big title push and we'll be back at the 1st of January. Right, we're going to leave this as right. So I've only seen what you've seen. I have seen the results flip up on the calendar, but that is it. I haven't seen anything else. So let's go back. Right, so we're sitting in the FA Cup as well. I'm going to just clear the emails quickly, like that. Now I'll have to do a load of stuff in a minute. So let's look at the squad first. Okay, so pretty much the same as we left it, apart from Solomon's gone up to 89. The Sal's gone up to 89 as well. And the sub team, yeah, okay, they all look pretty similar. So when we look, we have our first FA Cup game, but obviously I can't see anything else. Let's take a look at the standings, see what we're doing in the rest of the competitions. Okay, so obviously the FA Cup, we've got Liverpool. We're 3rd in the league. Okay, I thought from the results we was doing better than that, to be honest, but okay. We're 5 points off first, so that's still in with a shout. We're still in the chances. What about the Champions League? That's the one we really care about. The Champions League, we are through to the round of 16, and we've got Juventus. Okay, so how did the group stage go? We finally topped a group. Okay, we did not lose a game, which is amazing. So I'm going to keep things how they are. I think again. So we've only got 40 odd million. So yeah, I'm going to keep things how they are, and we will see you at the end of it is the end of the season. As you can see in the bottom right hand corner on the calendar sim, we are in Fifa Champions League final against Liverpool. Okay, I'm really hoping, well, from the results we got throughout the season, as you would have seen, that we have hopefully won the Premier League. So let's go back and take a look. Okay, so we go straight into the standings. Here you can see the final 30th of May against Liverpool. And Villa against Lyon. Europa League, obviously it's the World Cup this summer. You're joking. We have come 2nd in the league to Liverpool. Okay, so we were runners up in the Premier League yet again, 91 points. We had better goal difference as well. If one of those losses was a draw, we would have won the league. But never mind, we come 2nd, which is absolutely amazing. Let's go ahead and check out the stats. So the team is looking unbelievable. Who's been playing? Henderson with 62 games and Solomon as well with 62. That is, we've got some really high games there. The squad load is mental. Okay, goals, 27 goals from Erling Haaland. Cannot complain about that. 20 from Solomon, 20 from Rainer as well. and 18 assists from Solomon, 15 from Reina, 10 for Alan. Okay, Alan refused to renegotiate his contract, so he is leaving at the end of the season. But this is going to be the final season anyway, so we haven't won the league, but we have the chance for Newcastle to win the Champions League, which could be even better. Okay, so we're going to sim the game with our lineup, our first team lineup when we get to it, and we will see who comes out on top. Right, so here we are rejoining the action in the final. We've just jumped in from the sim, and that is it. We have won 3-2. We have finally won the Champions League. We didn't quite manage the Premier League, coming second twice, but the Champions League we won. And what a comeback. Haaland making it 2-1, Isaac making it 2-2, and then again Isaac finishing it off 3-2 for Newcastle. So time for us to celebrate, and if you've enjoyed this content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel with more content like this coming your way. Thanks for watching.